It's the grandson of right thought. So I want to help you guys understand this so that you can know the time that you're living in. Remember in the beginning when the Most High created Yahusha, who you know as Adam. When he made Adam, he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And he became a living soul. So he became one with Adam in that moment. He married his spirit, his breath, because he is the breath, with Adam, making him a living soul. And he dwelt in Eden with the Most High. When he was cast out of Eden, out of the presence of the Most High, the spirit was removed. And that's why we started to die. Do you understand this? As children of Yahusha and Nabah, or as you know, Adam and Eve. Death came in. And so Yahusha, who is the second Adam, it's written, ascended back to the right hand of the Father. So Adam in the regeneration, returning back to Eden, returning back to his place. You see? As the Prince of the Power, Israel, Prince of the Power, Israel. That's what that means, Prince of the Power. Adam, the Son of God. You see, Yahusha was saying that. And so Adam was the first delivered from death because he was the first cast out from Eden. Now, when you read about Yahusha, you'll read about these two brothers, James and John, the sons of thunder, Yahusha calls them. He gives them a nickname in particular. And remember, he takes these, we're going to focus on these two, James and John. He takes these two to particular locations with him, separate from the rest. James and John. Now, who are they? We know that Yahusha is Adam, see, in the regeneration. Now, who is James and John? Well, we know John was in his bosom. So, we also read that their mother came to Yahusha and said, let one of my sons sit at your right hand and let the other sit on your left hand. So James and John, she's saying, let one sit on your right hand and your left hand. So since you're sitting at Abba's right hand as his prince, then let one sit on your right hand and your left hand, which would be his sons, his princes. See? So then if we look back at Adam, who was his two sons? Adam had Seth and Abel. You see? One in his bosom. That one being Abel. You see? So then if we look at James and John, then we can see it. Seth and Abel in the regeneration. John being Abel, the one hidden in the bosom. The one most intimate with his father, being Abel. Hidden. Now, how do we know this is Abel in the regeneration? Abel already was murdered. You see? He suffered the death. So in the regeneration, he can't die. So when they tried to kill John, could they kill him? Was James killed? They could not kill John, so they exiled him to an island where he wrote Revelation. So this is Abel. And then he says that you will prophesy again before nations and tongues and peoples. The Most High tells this to John in Revelation. Read Revelation 10. So he's going to come back again and prophesy again. At the end, he heard 7 thunders utter their voices, and he was told, write them not. So he's the only one who heard it and who knows it. So when he comes back in the end, he's going to prophesy again. And it's going to be in a way where it can appear, his prophesying and teaching can appear before many nations, peoples, and languages. Like it is today with this internet. So like I told you, this is all coming, they're being redeemed. So Yahusha being the first fruit to Abba, Yahusha, Adam, being the first to go back, who's going to follow? Abel's going to follow. Seth is going to follow. You see? He said, can you drink of the cup? And they said, what did James and John say? We are able. So he said, it's not up to me to decide who's going to sit on my right hand and my left hand. I'm not saying you ain't going to sit there. I'm just saying it's ain't up to me to decide. Abba going to decide that. But can you drink of the cup? They said, yes, we can. So now we find ourselves in the regeneration of the last generation of time, right now, the 8th week of Enoch, when the righteous will rule. So don't you see how it says that the elect one will be caught up to his throne? Abel, the grandson of Abba, because just as his father Yahusha was caught up to his throne, don't you see? The bride of Christ means the bride of truth, or the bride of the anointing, the one who's married, just like Adam was when he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Now, did Yahusha have the spirit of Abba? That's why he said, me and the Father are one. I have the breath in me. I have the Ruach. I have the spirit. So Abel followed in like suit. When it says Yahusha went away for the 40 in the wilderness and came out strong in the spirit, that's the second Adam doing it. So did Abel. He also went into the 40 and came out strong in the spirit. See? So that's the drinking of the cup, the being cut off, the being rejected, the speaking the truth and being rejected, the being crucified and being born again. It's being fulfilled again, guys. In Abel this time. You see? Just as it was in his father. And how do we know it was his father? Because Yahusha looked at John and said, Mary, this is now your son. Talking to his mother, and said, John, that's now your mother. So in other words, you're me now. You're the man of the house. So he's talking to his son. Abel. It's you. The house is the earth. The mother, Mary, is talking about the earth. That's our mother. Adam's mother is the earth. That's why it's a virgin birth, guys. Adam was birthed from the earth. And the earth is his mother. So when Christ was born of Virgin Mary is the physical representation of the earth. So when Yahusha was saying to John, that's your mother now, he's talking about the earth. This is your inheritance now. Mouth was dry as hell. This is now your inheritance. Y'all see that? Let me get some juice. Hey. So now it's in Abel's hands. And Abel has to now go through it. You see? Which is where we are now, the grandson. And there was a time I would not have said this to you guys openly, but it's true. If it were not true, I wouldn't be saying it to you. See, I'm Abel in the regeneration. I am. I told you, I showed you guys the marks and all on my previous video. And if you don't believe that I am, then listen to my words and then tell me that I'm lying. Siloam Yisraelah.